Man, Microsoft just keeps stepping on that rake over and over and over again in 2026. So not only has there been all kinds of backlash to Copilot and their updates, which are breaking computers, and we're going to talk about that too, because now it turns out that Microsoft 25H2, Windows 11 25H2, is deleting the internet for some people, right? But people are so angry at Microsoft, they're going out to their Discord. They're calling the Microslop. It got so bad that they had to shut down their Discord, right? So we've got that on one hand. And then the other hand, according to the libs of TikTok, the FTC is investigating Microsoft for potential anti-competitive practices that push a radical woke agenda on consumers and discriminate against Christians. And then we've got the whole situation with Xbox, where they pushed out Phil Spencer and they replaced him with this woman who comes from Instacart, and she was the head of AI, and immediately things are going to shit. So yeah, you know, you look at the internet, you look at the history of the internet, and a lot of people think of, you know, Microsoft and Google and Facebook as being like the internet for them, right? And there could come a time where the internet looks radically different. Because remember, not too long ago, for a lot of people, Yahoo was the internet. MySpace was the internet. Prodigy was the internet. AOL was the internet, right? So things change. And I have to wonder if these companies, again, chasing this AI chuck wagon, if they will not blow themselves up. And we will actually wind up with an internet that looks pretty different from what we see today, with different players, different ways to search, different search engines, which will probably be AI powered to some degree, right? I would love to see an internet that feels like the internet, that actually works for you and doesn't just push you in a certain direction. The internet should be to connect with people and to be helpful. And what it is right now, the current version of the internet, whether it's Web 2.0 or 3.0 or whatever the fuck version we're on right now, its job is to monetize people as effectively as possible. And that's not what the internet was originally designed for. Yes, you can sell people stuff on the internet, right? But the internet was supposed to be helpful. It was supposed to help you find information. It was to be entertaining, let you find interesting things to waste your time on, videos or, you know, audio clips or, you know, ridiculous looking websites. And that's all gone now. And it's because of companies like Microsoft and Google and Facebook that we're seeing the internet, you know, basically become the worst possible version of itself. And I would like to see things go back to where they were, but I don't know if we're going to, given everything that's going on right now with the, you know, facial ID and the record. Like, you're going to need a passport to get onto the fucking internet pretty soon. I mean, that's what it feels like. Like, you're going to have to get fingerprinted if you want to go onto the internet. So we need a new internet. I've been saying that, and people think I'm crazy, but I'm like, no, I think we need to just start over. New internet, new operating system. I want to actually own my PC. I want to own my operating system. I want to own my games, own my media. We need to go back to that. Anyway, let's talk about Microsoft, because this isn't going to end well for them. They are losing consumer trust daily with their ridiculous updates to Windows and their anti-consumer practices. I did not know that they had anti-Christian practices. I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit. But the fact that the FTC is investigating them is pretty interesting. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You've got time yet if you want to back Geeky Sparkles Heart Enamel Pin. Go out to Kickstarter. You got about a day and a half yet, and this is a micro campaign, so it's not going to be like a huge campaign. We're basically just getting the money to fund a run of these pins and sell some of the pins to you that maybe you missed out on first time around. We're out of a lot of these. I think we still have some of the Christmas ones left, but I know the witches are gone. I think the 2-packs are gone, but we may bring them back at a later date. Also, Crimson Ren is still open for a little bit yet if you want to pick up a copy of that. So let's take a look at this first, and then we'll get into the other negative Microsoft news. I love this. I love that Microsoft is getting its ass kicked. I fully recommend that you go out to linuxmint.com and check that out. Although there are some things happening with Linux now. They're talking age verification and shit like that too, which, you know, what's going to happen is if everybody jumps ship and they go to another operating system like Linux from Microsoft, they're going to put all the same rules and regulations and shit, and they're going to shitify that one too. Right? Because you can't escape. You can't have anything good without corporate interests, government interests, you know. But this comes from the libs of TikTok. Breaking: Trump's FTC is investigating Microsoft for potential anti-competitive practices that push a radical woke agenda on consumers and discriminate against Christians. This investigation also comes after Microsoft potentially compromised U.S. security by giving Chinese nationals access to government systems via cloud projects. Uh-oh. Microsoft needs to be fully investigated and have all government contracts paused. Evergreen, Microslop. Microsoft being investigated at the same time Bill Gates is being called into Congress to testify on his relationship with Russian hookers along with Epstein. Yeah, we did a video on that too. And I know everybody's like, well, Bill Gates doesn't have anything to do with Microsoft in years. No, actually, he stepped down from the board about the time that it came out that this was going down, and about the time he was getting divorced. So all this stuff is connected. I think Bill Gates would still be on the Microsoft board today if it wasn't for this shit. And I can totally see them trying to distance themselves from Bill Gates as much as possible. Depends on what comes out, right? Holy shit, this is going to be good. They should also look into Google for anti-competitive practices. This is my last video before YouTube banned me. Yeah, I think YouTube and Google, there's definitely something going on there, right? But we'll see. I mean, so now the government's looking into Microsoft. This as a consumer, this is a bigger concern for me, and we've been covering Windows 11 and how it effectively breaks computers at this point. I've got Windows 10 on. I have a Wacom Pro Studio. It's a portable Wacom tablet that I use for a lot of my drawing, and there's no way in hell I'm upgrading that to Windows 11. Like I will freaking run that thing until I don't care. It's gonna be on Windows 10 in 2045. I'm not upgrading to Windows 11 because if it breaks, like I can't. It's gonna be unusable. Windows 11 is deleting the internet for some users. And look, I had some people send me links to this, and I apologize. I've been sick this week. I haven't really been keeping track of who's sending me what. But thank you very much for that. A nasty bug in the latest 25H2 and 24H2 upgrades is wiping critical network files, leaving PCs completely unable to connect via Ethernet. Here's what's happening and how to fix it. So yeah, so these updates this year. My laptop was subject to it. A lot of people wrote and said they had the same problem. As soon as they released that January update, it broke graphics drivers for people. People couldn't shut their computers down. They couldn't get past a black screen. All kinds of crazy stuff's been going on. It just depends on your configuration, I guess. And then they had to release like multiple emergency patches. And then it came out that apparently 30% or more of the code for that update was written by AI. So don't do that. So don't vibe code critical updates. Just saying. But this is what the company wants to do. And this is why I think Satya Nadella put Ashish Sharma in charge of Xbox is they want to do that for gaming too. They're going to have the games basically make themselves and then play themselves. And then you're going to pay for that. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of a deal is that? Oh yeah, we're going to make these games just like play themselves, make themselves, and then you can pay us. You can pay us for that. You can pay us, $100 a month for that or whatever. It's stupid. It's stupid. They just want to print money. At this point, just say it. These companies don't want to offer you anything in return for your money. They just want to print money, right? And they're going to try to do it however they get. Like they want to con you into paying them service fees, con you into monthly subscriptions. They're hoping you forget about. America Online would have actually folded sooner. I remember the story. They had all these people that were still paying for America Online that weren't even using America Online because they just forgot to cancel or they died. And it just kept hitting their credit cards, right? Like nobody was actually on America Online. This would have been like late 90s, early 2000s. And that's how America Online survived as long as it did. Nobody was actually using it. They were just still paying for it. And that's why I think what they're counting on. That's why I think all these companies, they want you to subscribe to Game Pass, subscribe to this, subscribe to that. And then you just forget about it and you just keep paying them. So the culprit is the .3 service folder. This service manages 802.1x authentication for wired connections. During the update, they wiped the folder's contents. What? Your PC can't authenticate. No authentication, no internet. This isn't just happening on the new 25H2 build. Reports show it's been plaguing users since 23H2 and 24H2 releases. Ironically, Microsoft's push for always-on connectivity is being broken by its own installer. Oh, that's interesting. Microsoft hasn't officially listed this on the health dashboard yet, though some recent patches claim to address it. If you're planning on an upgrade, bookmark this fix. So here's the article on it. You guys, if you're having problems with that, you can't get online now because of it. Holy shit, this is ridiculous. Yeah, so the affected user, this was coming from what, Reddit? They said, yeah, recently an annoyed user complained about how Microsoft has allegedly forcefully upgraded their system from Windows 10 to 11 without their consent. Yeah, this happened to me on one of our computers. I was like, I don't want Windows 11. And they make it so hard to deny it. Like, I don't want Windows 11. While moving forward to Windows 11 at the moment is important since Windows 10 is no longer being supported, There can be real problems users face after the upgrade, as one of them was discovered today. The affected user recently upgraded their system to Windows 11, 25H2 from 23H2, and claims that their folder got yeeted, basically. If you're wondering why the person saying is still plugging, the issue is not new. It's ironically funny considering Microsoft wants users to be connected to the internet when they install Windows 11, but then immediately afterwards, they found themselves shut out of it. Yeah, screw this, man. I mean, this is just, it's so tiresome. So people are getting tired of it just all the way around. I mean, they're forcing Copilot on people. They're going to be flooding, I believe, the game store with AI shit here pretty soon. And people are taken to their Discord and they're voicing their displeasure. Microsoft gets tired of microslop, bans the word on Discord, and then locks the server after backlash. This is coming from WindowsLatest.com. Microsoft's aggressive AI push in Windows 11 through 2025 brought upon themselves the title of microslop. Unfortunately for the company, it's everywhere on social media. Windows Latest was the first to notice the word microslop was actively filtered in the official Microsoft Copilot Discord server. As you can see the above screenshots, any message containing the term is automatically blocked. So they blocked microslop. This content is blocked from the server by the mods. Your message contains a phrase that's inappropriate. Microsoft blocks microslop in official Copilot Discord. Users quickly find workarounds. So what do they call it? Oh, this is crazy. Microsoft locks Copilot Discord server after moderation backlash escalates. What started as a simple keyword filter quickly snowballed into users deliberately testing the restriction and posting variations of the blocked term. Accounts that include microslop in their messages first got banned from messaging again. Not long after, access to parts of the server was restricted. Microsoft's brand image may already be an all-time low, and even as the company announced plans to fix Windows 11, just skip it and go to 12 at this point. Software giant can't risk getting more hatred toward their expensive investment in Copilot, especially since Microsoft's head start in AI is starting to be overshadowed by competitors like Anthropic, Google, OpenAI, and maybe even Apple in the near future. This is the problem. The reason they're going all in on this, they're tripling down on it. This is who Satya Nadella is. This is why everything he's doing now is AI, and people fucking hate it, but he keeps doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on it, and he will burn the company down. This guy, if he is left unchecked and he keeps going in the opposite direction of what consumers want, he will burn the company down. Just release a version of Windows that is just Windows. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just bare bones Windows. If you want Copilot, you want AI shit, you can get Windows Plus or whatever the hell. That's what I thought they were going to do. I thought they were going to make it optional. And no, they install it right out of the gate. So they said, yeah, they were a lot more positive when the server first launched. Microsoft says Discord lockdown was a response to a spam attack and the filters were temporary. Bullshit. They got called out. Microsoft reached out to Windows Latest with an official statement noting why the company had to lock the Discord server. According to a Microsoft spokesperson, the Copilot Discord server was recently targeted by a coordinated spam attack intended to disrupt conversations, probably because you were trying to silence people. The company says the activity initially appeared as large volumes of repetitive or irrelevant messages. Microslop. It's like Beetlejuice, right? And then the Copilot guy pops up, prompting moderators to introduce temporary keyword filters. Yeah, Microsoft added a blocking term such as microslop along with other phrases, and the spam campaign was not intended as a permanent policy. Bullshit. You can't take the heat, Satya. You can't take the heat. Yeah. Linux for now. Linux is good for now. I've got concerns. There's some things going on now with Linux. I think as people start to check it out, we're going to get more and more interest in it, and the government's going to take more interest in it, and people who want to monetize you are going to take more interest in it. But for now, I would say if you can jump from Windows, do it. It is a sinking ship. I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.